Have you ever noticed that the moment you stop chasing someone, they suddenly start noticing you? Messages that once went ignored suddenly get replies. A woman who felt distant begins to show interest. Someone who overlooked your effort now wants your time. Why does that happen? Before we start, please let me know where you are watching from. It will be great to feel closer, regardless of how we are physically apart. Also, don't forget to like and comment on how you feel about this topic. Now let's get started. There was a story about a young man named William. He was intelligent, hardworking, and sincere, yet his relationships always left him heartbroken and confused. Whenever he liked a woman, he gave his all, replying instantly, offering constant praise, always being available, rearranging his life for her, and neglecting his own priorities just to keep her happy. Strangely, the more effort he put in, the less interest he received. Frustrated, he wondered, why does this happen? Are women attracted to men who don't care? One evening, after another rejection, William sat alone on a bench. An older man nearby, quietly reading, looked up and said, "You're asking the wrong question." William looked confused. The man continued, "It is not that women are attracted to men who don't care. They are attracted to men who are not dependent on being chosen." That statement changed William's perspective. Attraction isn't about being cold or careless, it is about being calm and self-assured. It is not indifference that attracts people in, but independence. It is not emotional distance, but genuine self-respect. As the philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, true strength lies in mastering yourself, not in trying to control others. That leads to the first lesson. Number 1. Women are naturally attracted to men who are in control of themselves. Desperation is easy to sense. It shows up in anxious messages, compliments driven by insecurity, and constant agreement out of fear of rejection. That energy quietly says, "Please choose me," and others can feel it instantly. In contrast, a man who is grounded behaves differently. He can care deeply without losing his sense of self. He can show interest without becoming dependent. He can want someone without appearing desperate. That kind of calm confidence is attractive. Think about your own experiences. Have you ever noticed someone who didn't try to impress anyone, yet naturally stood out the moment they entered a room? That's the power of inner stability, and it is something that can't be faked. Number 2, value comes from scarcity. This is not about playing games, it is human psychology. What feels limited often feels more desirable. A man who is constantly available, always waiting, and ready at any moment unintentionally suggests his time is not valuable. On the other hand, a man with goals, structure, standards, and a life beyond romance sends a different message. His attention is not given freely, not out of arrogance, but because he is focused on building something meaningful. Women can usually tell when a man makes them his entire world. At first, it might seem flattering, but eventually, it feels overwhelming. No one wants to carry the weight of being someone else's whole identity. Number 3, mystery is more appealing than oversharing. William used to tell women everything right away, his struggles, ambitions, fears, and desires. He believed honesty meant saying it all up front. But there's wisdom in pacing. Stoicism values restraint. Not everything needs to be shared immediately. Attraction often grows through discovery. When someone uncovers who you are gradually, it builds curiosity and deepens the connection. If everything is revealed at once, there's nothing left to explore. The most captivating people tend to unfold in layers. Number 4, neediness destroys attraction. Attraction thrives on a bit of space. When a man constantly seeks approval, asking questions like, "Do you still like me?" or "Why haven't you replied?" It may seem like he's looking for clarity, but he's really projecting insecurity. And that can be draining. As Marcus Aurelius once said, your mind shapes your presence. If your thoughts are rooted in fear, that fear becomes visible in your energy. If they come from a sense of abundance, you project calmness. A calm, grounded man creates comfort and emotional safety, while a needy one creates tension and pressure. It is clear which presence people are naturally attracted to. Number 5, women respect men who respect themselves. This might be the most crucial lesson. Many men think attraction comes from constant approval, never disagreeing, avoiding boundaries, and tolerating poor treatment just to keep a woman around. But when a man accepts everything, he often loses admiration. If you don't value yourself, it becomes difficult for others to value you either. Self-respect has an attraction of its own. It means stepping away from confusion, refusing ongoing disrespect, and not sacrificing your dignity just for attention. William once waited days for a reply from someone who was clearly active online. When she finally responded, he answered immediately. The older man smiled and said, "You are showing people how to treat you." That realization stung, because attraction isn't always what fades, often, it is respect that disappears. Number 6, emotional strength creates security. There is a clear difference between having emotions and being ruled by them. A strong man feels deeply, but he isn't overwhelmed by every emotion. He doesn't lash out in jealousy, crumble in silence, or turn bitter when hurt. Instead, he handles his feelings with control and maturity. This kind of emotional maturity builds trust. While excitement may spark interest for a moment, lasting attraction often grows towards someone who remains composed under pressure. Chaos may be intense, but stability is reliable. Be the steady presence. Number 7, purpose is naturally attractive. Nothing transforms a man more than having a clear direction. When William stopped fixating on relationships and focused on improving his body, career, and mindset, something changed. Women began noticing him more. Not because he changed who he was, but because he became focused on growth. People are drawn to those who are moving forward. A man with direction carries a sense of momentum, while someone waiting to be fulfilled by others can seem empty. As Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, the goal is to rise and do meaningful work. Purpose shapes your presence, and others can feel it. Number 8, detachment brings clarity. Detachment doesn't mean you're indifferent, it means your happiness isn't tied to a single result. You can be interested without becoming dependent. You can chase someone without losing perspective. You can make an effort without losing yourself if things don't work out. This mindset is powerful because it removes fear, and without fear, you naturally become more genuine. Many men start acting differently around women they like. They try too hard or become overly agreeable, anxious, or inauthentic. But a man who is detached stays true to himself. He doesn't feel the need to impress, and that kind of authenticity stands out. Number 9, challenge creates attraction. This isn't about manipulation, it's about having boundaries. You don't immediately give away your time, energy, or commitment to just anyone. Instead, you take your time, observe, and allow trust to develop gradually. When a woman sees that you have standards, it signals that you're selective and intentional. That makes your attention feel more valuable. People tend to appreciate what they have to earn far more than what is given away freely. Number 10, letting go of validation increases your attraction. This is the final lesson William learned. He once believed attraction came from being chosen by others. But real confidence begins when you no longer rely on outside approval to feel worthy. A man who constantly seeks validation will always feel uncertain. A man who recognizes his own value without needing praise becomes steady, and that quiet confidence is rare. Eventually, William met someone different. He was interested, but this time he approached things differently. He didn't overcommunicate, didn't try to impress, and didn't abandon his routine. He stayed focused on his own life and didn't panic over delayed responses. He simply enjoyed the connection while continuing to grow. For the first time, everything felt natural, no confusion, no chasing, no desperation. Not because he stopped caring, but because he started valuing himself as well. That's the truth behind the lesson that women like men who don't care. It is not about being cold or distant. It is about being grounded, having emotional balance, maintaining self-respect, and caring without becoming needy. It is about being ready to walk away when respect is no longer there.